It's the Standard Pauper Show. It's a show about Standard Pauper.
Hello, everybody. That's right. It's that time of the week again. And we're going to preview some commons. I'm here today with me, myself, and I. Also, Sam. Say hello, Sam.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Fine,
Good.
Sam.
Good. Excellent.
All right. And also later tonight, Dan will be joining. He'll be joining later. He's in what we call a foreign land, and the time zones are different. It's like a totally different time there. It's like summer there.
It's summer here.
Oh. Well, then, yay. Weather.
Weather, yay.
Well, what happened this week in Standard Pauper? It's going to be kind of a shortened format this week because we got some. We're not going to go through all the commons that are previewing. There's plenty of shows that are going to go through all that. Gwynedd is one of them. Going through all for Standard Pauper. We're going to go through our favorites. But let's talk about this week. SPDC, run by Dr. Baker. In first place, we had a white-black Pilgrim deck, run by Dr. Baker. That deck is one of the most misey decks ever. It searches and pulls stuff out of the graveyard and searches some more. It's got recursion out the wazoo. Came in first. Rapid red. Notable in rapid red. 4 hammer hands. Really wants the haste and the +1/+1, which is fine. It's a lot of heroics on there. And then
Dr. Chris, he went undefeated.
Yeah.
Not to be underscored.
Right, he beat Godzo twice. That's nothing to shake a stick at. I think that's how you use that phrase.
To sneeze in the general direction of.
Yeah. Then you have Godzo with his Gatekeeper's deck. Another Extort Control making an appearance for rotation, which is fine. But that's not what you're here for, is it? No. You're here for the Khans of Tarkir. Spoiler time. First up, we have Weave Fate. Weave Fate is an instant, 3 and a blue, draw 2 cards. Straight up instant, so it's divination, instant speed for 1 more mana. I likened it to inspiration. There's only one difference, it doesn't say target player. What were your thoughts, Sam?
My thoughts is, number one, I totally whiffed on the target player part. But
inspiration is rotating, so it's not going to be in the equation. So it's
how many times have I ever targeted a player with inspiration besides me?
Draw 2 cards? Never.
Yeah. I mean, am I going to really want them to draw 2 cards on me? I don't think so.
I was about to say, and the only time that happens is when in Mill you were doing you're just like an accident. Like oh my gosh, I only have 2 cards left, I'm about to die. It's a very corner case.
Yeah. And even then, I mean, Demary Mill wasn't running inspiration. Like,
nope.
Why?
It costs too much mana.
Yeah, why would you run it? But, I mean, I like Weave Fate. I like drawing cards.
Yeah, instant speed seems very beneficial. I like it. Normally I'd say, divination's only 3 mana, but that instant speed's it's important.
It's a boost.
Yep.
So, that's good.
Yeah, let's look at the next one. Scout the Borders. 3 and a green, sorcery. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature or land card from among them into your hand, the rest into the graveyard. I likened it to the Commune with the Gods, but that is enchantment or creature. This is land or creature. So it's really going to depend on what you're going for, what your whole deck is based on. So it's very similar. What were your thoughts?
I mean, I think either of them are pretty good. Their Grizzly Salvage is really close.
Right.
And then there was the last green one from Journey into Nyx that...
What's that?
Kruphix Insight.
Kruphix Insight. Okay, here we go.
With all top 6, but 3 enchantment cards.
Okay. 3 enchantment cards, Kruphix Insight. Yeah, I still like both of these better.
I do too, just because they give you a lot more variety in what you can pull. I think Scout might get the nod for me simply because getting a land is quite often a little more important when you're casting that type of spell. And we're going into a 3-color set.
You're going to need lands.
Yeah, lands are going to become a lot more important. It doesn't say basic land either, which is nice.
That is very nice.
So, yeah, no, I like it. Plus, if you're just all in on graveyards, it's one of the cards that enables Delve.
Oh, yeah. It's going to put 4 in there, which will help you cast other things. Yeah, I guess Mulch was a land. You can put all land cards, but no creatures.
And
I think this is more versatile because late game, how many more lands are you going to want?
None.
You're going to want some creatures.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. It could see play. It's sort of a combo between Commune with the Gods and Mulch because you get creatures or lands. Who knows? Maybe it'll make some appearances. Let's see what the next one was. Taegum's Scheming. Sorcery. 1 in a blue. I don't know of another card like this. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. Put any of them into your graveyard. The rest back on top of the library in any order. So, it's like an index, but you can pitch whatever you don't want into the graveyard. So you're digging 5 deep, setting up your next draws. I think if it was an instant, it would be a slam dunk. But how do you see using this, Sam?
Yeah, that's the problem. Is I feel like it's powerful. I feel like anytime you're spending 2 mana to go 5 into your deck, there's something there. I don't know what yet. I want it to be look at the top 5 and then have a way to draw what you want. And
right.
I don't know if that's present here. I think this could be one of the few cards that could see some play maybe in Pauper. But I don't know if the parts are here. I see this maybe going decent with a card like Brainstorm. Helping out with, because right now people are trying to play it with Terramorphic Wastes and stuff like that, Terramorphic Expanses and Evolving Wilds, and the problem with that is you take a tempo hit by doing that.
I see what
having
you mean.
that land come into play tapped. This avoids that. So I don't know. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around whether this is a decent card. It definitely, it feels like it's completely for constructed play. Because I can see this as being the last card drafted by everybody at the table.
Right.
So maybe the only application really is it puts cards in the graveyard and then enables Delve. But I feel like there could be something more here.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a wait and see card. Like I said, I don't know of another card that does this exact thing. I can't think of any.
I can't either. It's pretty darn unique.
And also the fact that it's not reveal.
No, you got to keep the secret.
Yep.
Of course, in paper, your opponent can ask to look through your yard anytime they want and all that junk. But
the yard. But even if you put them all back, you don't have to show them. Unlike the previous card, which was reveal the top 5 cards. So anyway. It's kind of interesting.
Stupid revealing. My cards. Keep your hands off.
Now it comes to a card that both Sam and I agree might be our most favorite common of the set. Ponyback Brigade.
Oh my god. Look at this card.
This is a Mardu card. 3 in Mardu colors. Red, white, black. Historically, the worst 3-color combo in all of Magic. But this card, when it enters the battlefield or is turned face up, put 3 1/1 red goblin creature tokens onto the battlefield. The morph cost is 1 red, white, black. 2 red, white, black. That cost is extremely restrictive, but man, if you can get this into play, and I have a way of doing it later on, but if you can make this work, it will be glorious because you are getting a mini army on the field with 1 card. You're getting 4 creatures.
My thought on it is it costs the same as a dragon, and it gives you the same as a dragon. I mean, I think dinking around with the morph cost on it is just adding mana. I mean, playing this turn 6 is still something pretty amazing. So I like that quite a bit.
Oh yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, this and Sanctified Charge.
Wow,
you're going nuts.
You don't even have to do anything else. You don't have to play any more tokens.
Nope.
You have what you need to win. So, yeah, no, I like it. I mean, anything that produces that much is pretty impressive. It costs the same as Triplicate Spirits to hardcast, but of course the cost is a little more restrictive. But at the same time, like, it gives you more. It loves you more than Triplicate Spirits because they're empty ghosts, and
yeah.
goblins just want to come to your house and eat your ham sandwiches.
They do. They'll eat those ham sandwiches.
They love the ham sandwiches.
And here's the tokens. Now, anyone who grew up in the 80s saw a movie called Critters. These goblins are the critters. I'm getting as many of these tokens as possible. Please, send me your goblin tokens that look like this because I love them so much.
They're just amazing. That art is spectacular.
Look at that. It's action. It's got a full face. It's got an axe. And he looks all gimpy. It's great. This is the best.
Really cool.
It's not like that other goblin token, the one with the ridiculously long armor in front, if you've seen that token.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. But this, awesome. Love it.
Very, very cool.
But on the opposite side of love, Sam, there's some hate. And I hate this card. I mean, I don't even know why. I unreasonably dislike this card.
Okay. It's a 3/4 flying. It's in a color that typically can ramp mana, green.
Yeah.
That can draw cards, blue. That can control the game into the late game, black. It has the loot effect attached. So every time you hit with it, you're drawing and discarding. It is the quintessential late game and a mid-range deck finisher. And how can you hate that?
I just do.
Well, I understand your point.
Yeah, it's that mana. That mana's so hard to come by.
I know, and I mean
hard.
If you notice, we're only talking about 2 of the common morph creatures because the other 3 are horrible.
Yeah, don't even look at them.
Just avoid them.
Forget about them. Oh yeah. Pro tip.
Yeah.
Avoid the other common morphs because they're ridiculous. There's one green one that's really stupid. Yeah. It's like morph. You can play him as a 2/2 for 3, or you can morph him to turn him into a 1/1. Why?
Yeah, no. There's this.
I don't understand what's even going on there.
I'm just not thrilled at morph being the returning mechanic, but I think these 2 are probably just the best of the 2. And Brennan would say that one is the best of the 5, but I think this guy is going to be a troublemaker. He's going to be all up in people's business.
Yeah, there's 2 things that I didn't think that there's enough wasn't enough ramp in this one,
No.
in the set. There's no ramp. And there's also one thing that they are totally missing. They set us up for, but haven't done it yet, I guess, is where's all my hordes of creatures? Where's all my tokens?
It does feel weird.
Right. I was expecting to see tokens on top of tokens. We have, there's a few, but you have Ponyback Brigade, one we're talking about later, and there's some that produce snakes, another couple that produce warriors, but I expected to be overwhelmed by the hordes, pun intended.
And with all the token making that went on in M15,
right,
we thought that would be like the echo of things to come, and it just didn't turn out that way. Right. So kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure, and also the fact that there is no at common way to cheat morphs into play. There's not. There's no exile and come back. As a matter of fact, in the entire new standard, and I could be wrong, correct me in the comments, the only thing I saw that even came close was Triad of Fate, which is a legendary, which I'm sure they did that on purpose so you couldn't basically put a counter on it and then morph the token immediately if you had two of them out in play. But I guess you could count. I don't know. That'd be tough to come by. But there's no exile. There's none of the exile come back. No flicker. None at all. And that's
planning.
Yeah, it's some deep planning. But I wonder why they're obsessed with that. It's weird to me.
They knew what they had coming up. They kept it out.
Yeah. Now there is there's a not common, I believe, that also puts out warrior tokens, a significant number of warrior tokens, but yeah, I don't know. And a few of the Outlast characters, like there's a rare, the Herald of Anafenza, I think is how it's pronounced, that puts out warrior tokens. There are some, but again, there's a lot of hoops you got to jump through to get those tokens into play, and I really expected there to be, all the ones from Innistrad, just basically functional reprints, and warriors instead of knights, or warriors instead of humans, or something to that effect. But I just didn't get it.
Nope. Maybe next set.
Maybe.
With its crazy time travel theme.
Yeah, we'll see about that time travel. I was a little. I'm worried that it's going to be underwhelming.
I'm worried that they're going to screw up and do time spiral block from one set, and that block was just poor in my opinion.
It has a lot of fans though.
The last set, Planular Chaos, had more mechanics in it than all of the rest of Magic to that point combined.
Wow.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's pretty crazy.
Too many mechanics.
Right. Oh, take up arms. Put 3 warrior creature tokens. But
there you go.
There it is. But it's
5 mana.
Yeah, it's uncommon though.
Yeah. I like my Ponyback.
Oh, it's great. Great. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Here's another one. Kill Shot. Instant. 2 and a white. For destroy target attacking creature. Does this sound familiar? It should, because it's Rebuke. But in white, kill at 3 instant speed. That ain't bad.
Nope. No drawback.
Nope, there's no Annihilator to worry about waiting for it to attack, so.
And in Standard Pauper, you're going to lose to somebody attacking you, so
yeah,
no drawback.
No kidding. Next one, we both agree, Jeskai Wind Scout. This is awesome. 2 and a blue, flying, Bird Scout, prowess. Anytime you cast a non-creature spell, anything you're casting, enchantments, planeswalkers. Yes, the common planeswalker, we get it. Anything you cast pumps it up, and I think that is great. It reminds me of We Dragonauts, but I like this better. It's easier to cast.
I like the Dragonauts because they're wee.
They're wee. It actually says wee.
Wee.
What does wee Dragonaut say on the summon? Because if it doesn't say summon wee Dragonaut, like the old school cards, summon Abomination.
I want to say it says summon Fairy Wizard.
Fairy Wizard? Wow.
I think so. Look it up, though. I mean...
Let's see. Wee Dragonauts. Fairy Wizard. It sure is.
Boom. Boom. Know my stuff.
Sometimes we hit it out of the park.
Sometimes we just reveal that we know way too many worthless things about this game.
Yep. And sometimes I whiff hard. Alright, let's look at the next one. Another card that we both agree is awesome. Feat of Resistance. Feat of Resistance, 1 and a white instant. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. That is great. That is... it's similar to Apostle's Blessing, similar to God's Willing, but what I find it even more closely related to me is like a combination of Test of Faith, Otherworldly Journey, God's Willing, Apostles Blessing, all that combined, because you get the +1/+1 counter and protection used offensively and defensively on the same card.
Yeah, I mean, it creates, like, oh, I'm going to attack in your opponent, and then I'm going to chump block, but it's not a chump block anymore, fool. It's a trade, or it's a I'm walking away on the top end of this. It's not card advantage, but I mean, it's still something that white does.
Right. And you could put it on that silly morph demon that you like so much, and actually before combat, and get them in. Because you can say, oh, you have a whole bunch of creatures that happen to have red in their color. Well, I'm protected from red. I'm going to hit you.
I'm going to have to splash white into my black, blue, green deck. So,
hey, you're already going 3 colors.
Might as well go all 5.
Yeah, why not? All right, yeah, that's a good card. Here's another one. Debilitating Injury, 1 black. Enchant Aura. Enchant creature. Creature gets -2/-2. It's pretty good. It's still no deadweight.
Nope.
Still no deadweight, and it is a little bit better than Enfeeblement, which is a card I used to play a long time ago.
Enfeeblement had its day in the sun.
Yeah, it was really good, but then Deadweight came by. Deadweight and Disfigure. Both 1 mana, both -2/-2, which are crazy good. And but this is good. It'll never see play again. Just like Enfeeblement doesn't see play unless someone has been putting it in to the Devotion. Yeah, cube. You can put it in cube. But yeah, it's pretty good. I'm okay with it. 1 and a black. I find it acceptable. I
find it cheap removal, and that's nice to have.
Yeah, I agree. And you can stick it on even big things just to make them hurt less.
Yeah, or to create worse attacks for your opponent.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, here's another one. Bring Low. 3 and a red, instant Bring Low does 3 damage to target creature. If that creature has a +1/+1 counter on it, Bring Low deals 5 damage instead. I like what you said earlier when we were talking about this card. Why don't you go ahead and repeat that for the good peoples?
I mean, you're going to pay 4 for 3 damage pretty happily a lot of the time in Standard Pauper, but the fact that this has the added clause of pay 4, kill a heroic creature, because they all have those 1/1 counters on them, and there hasn't been a great amount of answers for them. That extra 2 damage is going to really make a huge amount of difference. Wingsuit Rider, 1 trick on it, next turn, nuke it, boom, 5 damage, beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Amazing answer for that, and there hasn't been a really good answer. I like the art on it too. It's like a dude with some snow.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
He's just beating the snow up.
Yeah, he's like, wow. I own you, Snow.
Yeah, I hate you so much, Snow. I want to beat you up. It is kind of a ridiculous burn spell art.
Yes, well, he's bringing that Snow low, yo.
He is.
Yes.
That snowman, he's not going to talk back anymore.
No. Don't make me bring up Goblin Snowman. I will bring it up. The card was ridiculous.
What this reminds me a lot of, Cackling Flames from a long time ago, that required Hellbent to do the 5 damage, which is attainable, but, you know, not often do you want to be out of cards. And then we have Resounding Thunder from Alara. Similar 3-color block. This is a little different, the fact that you had to cycle it to do 6 damage. And you could hit people.
And the cycling, uncounterable, and you get to draw a card.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
I think Thunder fits in a different role.
That's true.
Yeah, than Bringlow.
Right, but that cycle cost is 8.
8 mana.
For 8. Yeah, 5 and Jund. Dang.
Insane.
Crazy, but besides those two, the one that my brain keeps coming back to is Brimstone Volley. With Morbid, it does 5 damage. It was 1 less to cast. I think if I'm talking Classic Pauper, I'm sticking with Brimstone Volley. But right now in Standard Pauper, this to me fills a very similar role.
I completely agree. I mean, Brimstone Volley in a deck where you're designed to have a lot of morbid stuff going on, it's way better. I think Bring Low doesn't really even see play in Classic Pauper.
Oh, no.
I mean,
it won't.
Not with Lightning Bolt. Not with Galvanic Blast.
Right. Oh, no. I'm saying right now in Standard Pauper.
Yeah. Right now in Standard Pauper, Bring Low is amazing, but Brimstone Volley would be amazing if it had gotten reprinted.
Yeah, Brimstone Volley. Yeah, if you print Morbid the same time you print Raid, oh my god.
Oh my lord. Oh yeah, well my guy died and I get my Raid trigger and my Morbid trigger. Oh, well, yeah. I think I might be winning this game.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Okay. Yep, good stuff.
That's why they don't let people like us design sets.
Yeah, we'd just be like, oh my god, this card's so good, let's put it all in. One card that I like a lot. Excuse me, Mardu Horde Chief. 2 in white. Human Warrior. Raid. Speaking of Raid. Nice segue we did there. When Mardu Horde Chief enters the battlefield, if you attacked this turn, put a 1/1 white creature token on the battlefield. Boom. That is so awesome. The reason I like it so much is one of my favorite cards ever is Attended Knight. Very similar. First strike. See, if this first strike, can defeat anything with 2 toughness, which is great, and you get a white soldier. This one can defeat most things, as long as they don't also have 3 power, but as it stands, it can block morphs all day. Oh yeah, and I don't think we talked about that earlier. Did we talk about the 5 mana thing with morph right now?
No, we did not.
Okay, here's the deal. None of the morphs whose morph cost is lower than 5 mana are better than the morph creature. So if they're attacking in and they only have 3 mana open, block that. There's nothing right now that is good that will, you'll at least trade if your creature is, a 2/2 or whatever. But 5 mana is the magic number. And that's really weird that they would make something so obvious. I don't understand that.
I don't quite get it either, and maybe it's just a balance issue. They didn't want a morph to flip over and go into, oh yeah, by the way, it's a whatever. And that's just the power and toughness. There are a few creatures that, like Monastery Flock, for example, is a 2/2 morphed or a 0/5 unmorphed for 1 blue mana.
Right.
So that's not a direct comparison by any means.
Right, you're not going to lose your creature. I see Mystic of the Hidden Way is a 3/2 but still, you're trading with it at least.
Yeah. And I mean, so it was a decision that they made probably for Limited, I imagine.
Yeah, it's just, I don't get it. It's just one of those things. I just don't understand.
And that's one of the things about the Onslaught Block morphs. Canyon Lurkers are 5/2s for 4. But I mean, it's still trading with anything.
Still trading with this.
Yeah, it's trading with anything. It's just trading. And I mean, and that's why I think they did it, is because they knew from Onslaught Block that they couldn't have a morph that was a lot bigger after the morph for a smaller amount of mana.
Right.
It just makes it less guessy, I guess. Mm-hmm. It takes away some of the variance to it, which I guess they wanted to do.
Well, morph itself is kind of complicated.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, it's highly draftable just from the draft aspect, because you can draft whatever morph creatures you want and just jam in your deck even if you can't unmorph them.
Right, your deck is chock full of gray ogres.
Yeah, because why not? At the same time, though, like, in Constructed, it's either really, really good or really, really bad. And for Standard Pauper, I have a feeling it's going to be more on the bad side. And I'm not sure how it's going to affect Standard, because none of the morph creatures look super good. The cycle of free morphs at Uncommon,
that's pretty cool.
It impressed me, but none of the effects are super game enders or anything like that. So maybe the next set will have more of the interactive morphs like Legions did. But remembering Legions was all creatures, so they had to have flip this creature and do 2 damage to replace shock, and flip this creature to counter a spell to replace the counter spell. I doubt they're going to do that ever again. So.
Oh, and then the Time Spiral version of the blue morph creature where you draw spells.
Oh, yeah, the Gush. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The Gush on a stick. Yeah, that's probably my favorite morph creature, Fathom Seer.
Yeah, Fathom Seer.
He is bonks. He is all sorts of happiness right there. So
it's pretty good.
Yep, I love him. I love him.
Oh. Hey,
not afraid to admit it.
Are you casting now? Yeah. Almost ready. Dan's trying to woke up too early.
Oh, yeah. Oops. He's probably already 2 cups of coffee in, too.
I'm sure he's excited about this. He's excited to talk about the Pauper Gauntlet. Okay.
Well, we need to step it up a notch then. Yeah. I think we're pretty close to done.
Yeah, we're almost done. Another one. I hate monkeys, but this is pretty good. Delve. The reason I like it, it's 4/4 with trample, which for 6, not bad. But this card right here, Arrogant Worm, trample. Madness cost is 2 and a green. Now, you're not going to be casting mandrels at instant speed like you can with the Arrogant Worm, but delve, all you have to delve is 3 cards out of your yard, and it's the same cost, which to me is pretty good. It's like the most reasonable delve card that I've seen.
I agree. I think the draw card was pretty good.
Yeah, draw's pretty good. Let's see, we got, and I'm going to toot my own horn here. When I've mentioned before that I've made my own Pauper Cube, and I started replacing a lot of the cards with proxy cards. So, here's one of them. Ta-da! I made Arrogant Worm. I found this art by Ann Stokes. It's pretty cool, and I put it on the Future Sight border because I love the Future Sight border. I don't know. I like it. I hope you do too. I think it's pretty cool.
I'm constantly disappointed every time they change the border and it's not the Future Sight border.
So. Yeah. Future Sight was awesome.
Yeah, the idea behind the Future Sight, the implementation of a lot of the Future Sight cards was a little wah-wah, but
Yeah.
no, it's an awesome proxy.
Thank you.
I would play 12 of them in any deck
Yay. I feel so
at a
good
tournament. PTQ.
now. Right. You can't play those. F you, I can't.
I can do whatever I want.
I do what I want.
It's America.
Anyway, okay. Here's second to last. Mardu War Shrieker. 3 in a red, Orc Shaman. Has Raid. It's a 3/3, by the way. Mardu War Shrieker enters the battlefield. If you attacked with a creature this turn, add Mardu colors. Red, white, and black to your mana pool. I think it is pretty cool. It's a mana accelerant, very similar to Burning Tree Emissary. And the reason I like it so much is because you can Magic Christmas Land this card. Because, turn 1, anything in red, turn 1, play it. Turn 2, Generator Servant. Okay? Turn 3, play down the morph cost of Ponyback Brigade. Turn 4, after you have attacked with anything, heck, you could save that 1/1 you cast earlier. After you attack, cast Mardu War Shrieker. You have 4 mana. Cast that out there, you have a 3/3. Now you are floating red, white, and black. If you sacrifice Generator Servant, you get to morph out Ponyback Brigade. So, what do you have now? You have a 3/3, a 2/2, and 3 1/1s on turn 4. I love it. And what color mana have we laid down this whole time?
Oh, I think we've only played red.
I think we've only played mountains.
And that's pretty good.
That's ridiculous. If you throw in some white mana in there just for the heck of it, so that you can do the, a righteous charge or whatever sanctified charge is now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's awesome.
Yeah, and your 2 attacking creatures can be your 2 little call to arms. No, that's not it. Raise the alarm tokens or something.
That's true. Something like that.
You could definitely this could be
turn 4
Theros tokens. Easily.
Turn 4, 5, 6. I think that's all pretty reasonable to expect.
Yep, not bad.
Even on turn 6, if I'm stuck with 5 creatures on the board, I'm pretty good with that. Pretty happy.
I'm pretty happy anytime I get my pony back into play.
That's true. Okay, last of the new cards that I think are the most awesome. That's right, all the new lands. I love them. I know we talked about them last time, but Refuge at common is great, just great. And then putting them all in at this one set, it's going to be so awesome. Love it.
It is amazing. As I said, I think I said last time, it's just a shame that the guild gates are going to have such a small amount of time in the sun in any format that they're getting played, which isn't very many.
Right.
These things are just strictly better, just off of that, just a little bit of life gain. A little bit of life gain is really, really cool. So, an honorable mention, and I know we didn't include it in the slideshow.
Oops.
But I have to bring it up. Savage Punch.
Oh, the bear
is either my favorite Magic card art of all time or my least favorite Magic card art of all time. I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking about it. I'm trying to figure it out. But it's either my favorite or my least favorite. You guys can vote. You can vote below whether it's my favorite or my least favorite. But that man is punching a bear in the face, and that's amazing. Or it's stupid to have on a Magic card. I'm not sure which. But I love it or I hate it. He's punching a bear, and the bear's tongue is sticking out like a prize fighter. It's ridiculous. It's like a slow motion, like that bear spun around 3 times and fell to the mat after that. You could just tell. It's hilarious. Oh my gosh. And we know we skipped a bunch of cards.
Yeah.
And that's because, honestly, this is probably going to be a better set in play than it is in kind of the theory of it. We wanted to hit the high points
exactly
as we saw it. And I'm sure we're going to have a lot more fun with it than it looks, but there looks to be a lot of kind of just foddery cards at common. And a lot of the mechanics I don't think have set us on fire, like Ferocious or the white token adding one. But prove us wrong. I mean, brew some good stuff up with those mechanics that we haven't talked about, and we'll be happy to see. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, next up, we're going to get Mr. Dan to talk about the Pauper Gauntlet.
Hi, guys.
Dan.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Oh, yeah, I'm keeping this hand. I'm playing Banned Presence.
Oh, you are?
It's the 24th deck of the Gauntlet.
That is awesome.
So I'm going to try to do the Presence of Gone, the Midnight Guard combo while talking to you.
Hey, that's a complicated combo.
Yeah.
Against Mono Black Control.
Oh, my lord.
But the karma is with me. I've only lost 2 matches out of 23.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That blows last Gauntlet out of the water already.
Yes, and I didn't think the Just for Fun room was this easy, but this time it was.
Yeah.
I had a problem with quitters at the start, but there's been a lot of good matches.
That's good.
No, I think the reason why is last year at this time, the dailies and everything were around, and people were handling Pauper a lot more seriously.
That might be true.
And so
I'm playing against Delver, it turns out now, not Mono Black Control.
Whoa.
What?
How did that happen?
I only have blue mana.
Huh.
Huh.
All right.
That's not very good.
Yeah, we were just talking about a lot of the cards in Khans of Tarkir do not appear to have a lot of legacy slash, long term. We don't see many of these long term reaching.
Yeah, but that's almost always the case, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You had like Return to Ravnica. You had like 2 cards you could play in Pauper.
Right.
I don't think there's going to be that many out of cons.
Okay.
Yeah, there seems to be a dearth of vintage playable, but that's fine. Mostly, if you're just looking at it from the standard Pauper perspective, it's all the games might be a little slower. There seem to be some answers for Theros block within this set, which is what they seem to want to do anyway.
That sounds really good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one specifically that got rid of the it does the morbid effect for if it has a +1/+1 counter on it. It's a 4 mana burn spell that does 3 or does 5 if it has a +1/+1. So not bad. Little heroic answer. So tell us more about this Pauper Gauntlet, Dan.
Well, it is a race between decks, so 77 decks that has been submitted by different brewers and sort of entered because they did well last year or because they're really, really good. Mm-hmm. And they have survived as long as possible. They play 1 match each in every round. First 2 rounds are in the Just for Fun room. The 3rd round on will be in the tournament practice room, and at some point by the end we'll play tournaments with the decks that remain. So in the end there will be 1 deck left that hasn't lost. The first 2 rounds are double elimination, so I expected 7 decks to lose twice in the first 2 rounds and be eliminated.
It sounds reasonable, but like you were saying,
but now my goal is to get everything through to round 3.
Wow. Man,
but it looks bad for Banned Presence right now. Because the Delver hasn't flipped yet. But I might be playing Mono Blue Control, actually. He had Think Twice.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that is not in Delver builds.
I was about to say, no.
No, now I got a Midnight Guard excluded. But I have another one in hand.
Yay!
I actually have the combo.
Oh, wow.
And a Dispel to protect it, but he has a ton of counterspells.
He's just waiting for you to play out your hand. That's what he's wanting to do. Yeah, we both, Sam and I, have gone out to MTGO Library and picked a deck to win. And for anyone listening to this, you can too. If you go to mtgolibrary.com, you can find the article. Pick your deck in the comments. You can see the decks that have already been chosen. Pick which one you think can win, and you can actually win some prizes.
Good prizes, too.
Yeah.
Very good prizes.
Very, very good.
There is an Elspeth Sun champion. For the winner who picks the winning deck, he also gets 2 foil paper shocklands.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anybody?
That's because we have a sponsor, and it's Peyton.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
Giving away the shocklands to the winner. I think about 8 or 9 decks are claimed. So there's plenty to go around.
Oh, yeah. 77 decks entered, you said?
Yes.
77.
And last time, there were 4 rogue decks at the end. So all the Tier 1 and Tier 2 decks were gone at that point.
Right. The one, I think, that has kind of made a name for itself is that, Boros Kitty and Azorius Kitty.
Yes.
They seem to have taken off after the first Gauntlet.
And Boros Kitty lost in the first round of the first one. But Boros Kitty won the whole thing.
Right.
But there was also Tricks in second place, Love Train in third.
Oh, Love Train.
And now I can't remember which was the fourth one. I have to look that up.
I can't remember now either.
I'm trying to think.
5 Color Green. No, 5 Color Green was 5, I think. It might have been 5 Color Green. Or Mono Blue Control, which isn't very rogue. No. Okay, now he has 3 untapped mana, and I have the Presence of Gone in my hand, but that doesn't help me at all.
He's got that counter spell just waiting for you.
So I will transmute a Drift of Phantasms into another Presence of Gone, and then try to play 2 Presence of Gone in one turn. I don't know if he plays Bounce, but if he does, he could bounce my Midnight Guard, which would be horrible.
Those decks almost never do, so... I checked the page real quick. 16 decks are claimed.
So
wow.
Nice.
Yeah, so I just wanted to get that out there. A lot of really good decks left, though.
Yeah, we're
really
recording
good
this
Tier
Monday
1
night.
Stuff. So, get in there.
This
claim those decks.
Yeah, exactly.
The first decks people claimed were the winners from last year and the Tier 1 decks.
Right. Yeah, I claimed the Delver Fiend. Sam took Boros Kitty.
Woo!
Go
My
Boros
baby.
Kitty.
I love Boros Kitty. So,
it's pretty awesome.
Chasden got Delver. Ot 3 got Mono Black Control, like a champ.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are picking really good decks. But there's still so many really good decks out there that need to get some love going for them. And people are starting to pick Rogue. So somebody got Love Train.
Yeah. For me, it was close. But I personally like Delver Fiend, and Love Train is cool, but again, it's taken. You gotta hurry, people. And by the time you hear
the combo decks have an edge in the Pauper Gauntlet, and the really boring decks have an edge because in the early rounds people will quit against them.
I had the
Love Train has a. Sorry.
I had the hardest time picking between Boros Kitty and Power T's Azorius Kitty because that looks so good, and I think it his build of it is awesome, just really really good. So
yeah,
I really want people to chime in and tell me which Azorius Kitty deck they think will go the furthest, because I included both builds, both David Schaffer's build and Power T's build, and they are extremely different, actually. There's a lot of difference.
It's like picking your favorite kid. How do you pick between those two builders? They're both really good.
Yeah, because David doesn't think he even wants to cut Reality Acid from the deck.
Really?
Whereas Power T is really into Sunscape Familiar and Reality Acid. He plays 4 Reality Acids, whereas David only plays 2.
Wow.
Huh.
That's pretty significant.
Yeah, and David says that the Reality Acid was only in the deck because of the Temporal Fissure Cloud Post decks. And if Tron was not the deck, he wouldn't play it at all.
I see. No,
but it's such a good catch-all. It gets a lot of different things.
Okay, he now has 2 untapped mana. 2 Delvers, a Seagate Oracle, and a Spy Golem.
Yikes.
So if he has a Snap or something, he will be able to deal with this. And now I'm going to try to resolve 2 Presence of Gone then.
Go for it.
I play the first.
We're covering this live.
Yeah! Okay, how many tokens do I make? And he taps out to counter the first one.
Okay, tapped out.
So I have now 1. How many...
Oh, God.
do I make?
I would make 50.
50 elves. Okay, I'm making it.
Do it. Oh, you know what's awesome with that combo? There's a new artifact. 1 mana artifact called something of the Brood, which I'm going to look up right now. And I will explain while Dan is making 50 elves. 5,
6, 7. He has F6.
Yeah, I was going to say, is he going to quit?
I want to make more than 50.
Well, then you do it.
I can do it.
You shine on, Bright Flower.
Oh, well, version 4 handles this really great. Because they are grouped in groups of 10.
Check it out. There's a rare called Altar of the Brood. It's an artifact, 1 mana. It says, whenever another permanent enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Oh. Now think about what you're doing if you have that. You say it.
Seems like overkill.
Yes. So
32. Awesome. 33. Oh, this is gonna be bad for my wrist.
I really wish they'd make macros available in this. That would be good.
Oh, could you imagine them trying to program that in?
Macros. I mean, they've only had macros in programming since 1990.
Yeah, but we're talking about Wizards' development team.
Oh, Echoing Truth? Yeah. It would.
Okay, I'm stopping at 52.
52. Okay.
1 for each week.
Right. You can have an elf every week of the year.
Yeah.
You get an elf. You get an elf. And you get
Okay, I have 52 elves, and I am ending my turn.
All right. Sounds good.
Delvers might flip. He can actually do 8 damage to me. I am at 12.
Okay. 8 damage?
Yeah.
But that's not 20. Or that's not 12.
He can Piracy Charm and do 10.
Okay. Still not 12.
No. I think the elf army got this.
Oh, and don't forget you can
battle at the end of the second age.
That was just overwhelming. Don't forget you can also right click and attack with everything all at once.
Oh.
Yes.
And then I can unattack with the Midnight Guard, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. He think twice. I think he needs to think 10 times.
Yeah, he's going to
52 times.
Think a lot more than twice. Think. Think.
Well, here comes my turn.
Here it is. What'd you draw?
I will now try to attack with everything.
Okay.
Choose attackers. Attack with all creatures.
Yeah.
And then not attack with...
And then click off your Midnight Guard.
Okay, 52 elves are charging in.
That's so beautiful.
And they hit the goal.
Yay, 52 elves.
Excellent.
Okay, so now we'll see if Nick has provided a sideboard plan against mono blue control.
Sideboard plans, so very important.
Yes, he has.
Oh, yeah.
-2 BB. What the hell is that?
BB?
BB?
-2 BB.
Benevolent Bodyguard.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Totally understand.
-2 Ponder.
Really?
Yes. Bring in 2 dispels, but there's only one in the sideboard.
Okay.
But that happens when you update. And then we have a Circle of Protection blue somewhere here. That's nasty. But I think Spy Golem gets around that.
Yeah. It's not blue.
Okay, I bring back in 1 Ponder.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
Keeps
And we're off to the second match. Duel. Okay, keep talking, sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, we were just reminiscing about the Pauper Gauntlet of last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'm still waiting to hear. I haven't watched all the videos yet. I've been trying to keep up with both S and G Prop on YouTube and MagicGatheringStrat on YouTube, where Dan is putting both those channels are getting videos. A lot of the premiere videos are going to MagicGatheringStrat, but as you should all know, Dan films basically everything he plays, so all the other stuff, so he doesn't flood MagicGatheringStrat, which some people complain about. I don't complain about it, because I like to have all my videos in one spot, but hey, YouTube has no limit on channels, so you got S&G Prop and also MagicGatheringStrat. Trust me, you could fill your entire day. You could go to work and do nothing but watch YouTube all day. Believe me, I've done it.
I have
to actually just watch the Pauper Gauntlet all day, probably.
Exactly.
Especially if you catch up on last season.
Oh, yeah. It was hard. It was so hard getting through today going, by the time I get off of work, Dan will have put up 12 more videos at the very least. And
my intention now is to
11.
put... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Finish.
No, please.
My intention is to put up 3 videos of MagicGatheringStrat every day, and then put the extras on S&G Prop, because there is a very clear correlation between our gain of subscribers, the number of new subscribers we get, decreases a lot when we post a lot of videos.
That, to me, that's so weird. I mean, I know a lot of other YouTubers are out there, and they just do, like, 1 video a day, which seems okay, but there's such a wide variance. You have some YouTubers that'll put out, a 10-minute video every day, and then some that'll put a 2-hour, stream. Basically they'll stream an entire game and put that one thing out there. I don't even have any clue what the YouTube population wants. Here's your chance, people.
I think I do.
You do?
Yes. I've talked to YouTube, and they say that they absolutely recommend 1 video a day. And I think the reason why people unsubscribe is that there is an option to get an email every time a new video is posted.
Yeah, that's true.
People don't know how to turn that off. So then they quit. And it's actually now, I haven't done almost any video in 2 weeks before the Pauper Gauntlet.
Right.
And the number of subscribers, the new subscribers, are through the roof. It's like, wow, Dan is not making videos. Let's go to MagicGatheringStrat.
Wow.
So it might mean that the other video makers are better than me.
Oh, I don't believe that for 1 minute, Dan.
Such as you guys.
Hey,
because you also make videos.
Yeah, I make art, I've done a lot of arts and crafts videos lately, where I've been putting stuff together. Hey, thanks.
And I've been so busy running the leagues that I haven't been making videos, but I'm going to get back into the swing of that. But we just got Zach making videos, and he's pretty awesome. He's a great player, and we were talking to Obzin about it, so that would be great if he came along too. So definitely some more video content coming, so that's really cool. So
yeah, we are very positive to videos in the play run event formats.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have to just be popular. It doesn't have to be just Pauper. Any kind of
to cater to the
whatever.
To the fun formats.
Heck yeah. You like playing Standard, Block, Vintage, Classic, Two-Headed Giant, whatever. Bring it. Yeah. We'll publish it.
Okay, now I got a Flip Delver beating me up, and I have 2 Helios Pilgrims, a Midnight Guard, and a God's Willing that I don't know why I didn't sideboard out.
Ooh.
So I probably had much more use for my Ponder there.
Yeah, Ponder would have been good. Yeah,
so now I try to play Pilgrim and get countered. Or should I commune with gods?
You don't have a presence in hand?
No, I don't. I have the Midnight Guard.
Yeah,
so I can either Pilgrim or commune with the gods. He has 3 mana untapped, so he will counter whatever I do, I think.
Then commune, yeah.
Yeah, we are communing, revealing the top 5 cards.
Look at them.
Yeah.
They're so hot.
After this. He has a handful of counter spells and he's just itching to counter something.
What he should do is wait to see what you reveal and counter that.
Yeah. I'm playing against the Negator, who is a brewer in the Gauntlet.
Oh, cool.
Someone who seems to be on many a time when I am on, so I played a lot against him.
He's in the league, too.
Oh, shout out to Negator.
Yeah, no, he's all sorts of awesome. He's a great player. He beat Avery 61 first week.
Sweet.
Wow.
Yeah, so Avery went undefeated for the first 7 weeks of the Gauntlet last time, and Negator took him down first week, so that was pretty cool.
He lets the commune resolve, and I find Pilgrim and Bodyguard.
Ugh.
So I guess I have to take a Pilgrim and then just flood him with Pilgrims till I get the commune. The Presence of God.
Right. Well, you have 3.
It is filled up.
You have 3 Pilgrims?
Yes.
Yay.
It's a Pilgrim party. It's like the foundation of your proud nation.
The Pilgrim party, probably the most boring party on the planet.
Because they were all religious fanatics.
Yes, exactly. Who...
Like Puritans, right?
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yes.
The definition of Puritanism is that somewhere someone is having... The fear of that somewhere someone is having fun.
Right. Fun is bad. Shh. Don't even talk about it. Make sure...
he's putting down islands and keeping 4 mana up.
Oh, gosh. 4 mana. That sucks.
I have a drift. I'm gonna try to transmute it to a presence.
Makes sense.
Or do I transmute it to a Midnight Guard? In that case, I have 2 Midnight Guards.
Oh, yeah. Midnight Guard. Because you have 3 Pilgrims to try to go grab that presence.
Yeah. This will be hard.
Yeah.
I have now 2 Midnight Guards in my hand.
Excellent.
And I have all colors of mana.
Nice.
But he has a Flip Delver.
That's bad.
So I have 5 turns to live.
Do you have any kind... You don't have any kind of removal?
I have God's Willing.
Oh, God, okay.
Which I should not have.
Not the removal I'm looking for, but yeah. God's willing.
Yeah,
we're gonna pray that he forgets to attack this turn.
He didn't.
No, dang
10.
it. Our prayers are unanswered, Dan. Sorry.
So if I get to 6 mana, I will be able to cast 2 combo enablers.
Yeah.
I'm currently
Sounds good.
4. And I have a 5th land in hand.
It's a long way to go with the Flip Delver.
Yeah, I start my 5th turn now.
Yikes.
I get another Drift of Phantasms.
What's your
3 Pilgrims, 2 Midnight Guards, God's Willing.
Okay. What's your health at? 14? 10.
4 turns to live.
Oh my god.
So I think I tried to start eating counter spells.
You're going to have to start soon.
I don't think transmuting, I don't have time with that. So
No.
I'm going to cast a Pilgrim.
Go for it. Do it.
And I'd be very surprised if he resolves. But I can protect him with God's will.
That he will never be able to snap on you. No way.
No snapping. Oh no, there's 2 blue mana tapped. Unexclude. That's pretty bad. And I don't have my 6th land.
That's awful. So now you're just sitting there doing nothing? Ugh.
He untaps and
Painful.
smacks me down to 7. Now having mana for 2 counter spells.
Yeah. This isn't looking like a positive.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay 9 mana to actually play the combo.
Yeah.
So
You're gonna do
I
that
don't
with
have
your-
much time.
With your 5 lands out there?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Now there's a Spire Golem.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but
What are you telling me?
You're not going to win this one.
What?
There's
But I have all the cards.
they're all safely, securely in your hand. That's where they're going to stay.
He actually taps 2 mana for the Spy Golem, so now he only has 3 islands untapped.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll draw a
Maybe
land.
because he saw the Pilgrim, so he thinks I need to Pilgrim to get to the presence. We
Right.
place another Spy Golem. He only has 1 island untapped.
Whoa.
And I get
What's he going
the
to play?
6th land.
Huh.
But I don't have the presence of Gone in hand, so I have to get it.
Ugh. Yuck. And
he's lethal.
he's gonna hit you for 7 next turn? No.
So there is no way out of this, right?
Nope. Say you can't go get like a Journey to Nowhere or anything like that, right?
No, there's no journeys.
There's no journeys.
I don't think I have anything else to get in the deck, do I?
No. I'm looking at the deck list right now.
Yeah. The Circle of Protection blue!
Oh, that's true, but it'll save you for a round.
Yeah. And then I die.
And then you die, yes.
But let's try that anyway.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm casting Helios
if you
Pilgrim.
cast the... Will you have
No,
enough
it's an
mana?
aura card. It's not an enchantment.
That's not good.
So I think I just give up here.
Yeah.
And I take out that God's Willing.
Yep.
Yep.
Game
Bring
three.
back in.
Game 3.
Bring back in the benevolent bodyguard.
Yeah, bring in Ponder and 2 bodyguards.
Yeah, because you want to be able to protect against bounce, and the bodyguard does that. Plus,
that's
you
true.
can swing in with it, so it's actually better to leave in probably.
But has he shown any bounces, any snaps at all?
But it's still better than God's Willing.
That's true.
It's got to be.
It's
better
at least a
than
body.
phone. Yeah.
I am submitting
Submit to
1-1.
your deck.
the final duel. But even if I lose here with Band Presence, I have another chance in round 2, because the first 2 rounds are double elimination.
Double elimination.
This is
All right,
kind of,
what else are we talking about?
Well, right now we're just going over the gauntlet, and kind of already said about your decks winning.
Should we spoil which decks actually lost in round 1?
Yeah, this isn't.
One of them broke my heart.
Yeah, I felt
was
so
yelling
bad.
at my phone. I was like, Dan, don't do it, Dan.
We were
It
both.
was my fault as well, yeah.
Yeah,
I really messed up.
We'll break the silence on that one. That was poor trinket control.
But I only played 700 matches with the deck, so I can't remember everything, can I?
Only 700?
Yes.
Chump change.
I think you should play 1,000 matches with everything.
Oh my
No, I have no defense. I really screwed up. I lost the Grim Harvest unnecessarily. I just forgot that it was in the graveyard.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, what did you do? No! Oh, damn.
I have a problem remembering what's in the graveyard, and it's gotten worse in version 4.
I missed the pop out function.
Yeah, me too.
So much.
Because then you could put the graveyard there
Right.
and see and remember. Okay, now I'm keeping a pretty sketchy hand without green mana. But I have a Evolving Wilds, Plains, and a Preordain.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get an island and try to... I have also 2 Pilgrims and a Bodyguard.
That's not
And a
bad.
Presence.
Oh, you do have a presence in hand? Oh, wow.
Yes. And he plays the first turn Delver.
Of course.
How do they always have
do.
first turn Delver?
Well, I always do as well, so...
Oh.
They never even have to mulligan into it. Drives me crazy.
I find an Evolving Wilds. I'm gonna get a Forest with that. And below the Evolving Wilds is Drift of Phantasms to get the Midnight Guard. The Delver flips,
Awesome.
revealing Counterspell.
Oh, God. This is bad.
Worst flip ever.
Yeah, Delver, why did they make that card a common?
I'm not gonna be able to transmute
Card's
the Drift,
ridiculous.
as I don't have 2 blue. But I get the Midnight Guard, but I can't play it now because he will counter it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play Ponder and Benevolent Bodyguard, probably.
Sounds good.
Pondering. Could he counter the Ponder here?
Pondering the best of everything. He's going to counter Ponder?
Would somebody do that? It's a pretty good card to counter against the combo deck.
It does stop you, but Ponder itself isn't a threat to you.
True. Okay, it resolves. I find 2 Drift of Phantasms. I knew about one of them. And the Dispel. And I can't
really
transmute
want that
them.
Dispel.
I have to throw this back, right?
That sucks, because that Dispel would be so handy against that silly...
Yeah, but I can't play it for 3 turns.
Yikes.
If I draw as like a god.
Right. And I guess you already see that. I guess throw it. That sucks, but yeah.
I shuffle.
Dispel's not going to win you the game.
I find a Midnight Guard.
Oh?
And I play the Bodyguard.
Okay. Sounds good.
So my board is now 1 of each land and the Bodyguard.
Sitting kind of pretty.
Yeah. Banted up.
Bant
He accumulates
all up
some
in
knowledge.
this. Well, now he's got that. He's got wait. Is accumulated knowledge a flashback? That's
No.
stupid.
No,
That's
accumulated
stupid
knowledge
twice.
is the one that... Yeah. He has both of them.
Okay.
Instead
Wow.
of Una's Grace.
Why wouldn't you have Una's Grace? That's not an expensive card, is it?
Think Twice is a lot better against fast decks.
Okay.
I get an Evolving Wilds. So do I try a Pilgrim here to bait a counter? He will exclude it, probably, and get an extra card, so that sounds bad. But doing
Very
nothing sounds
bad.
bad as well.
Yeah, I'll try to exclude it. You got to bait out those counters.
What do you think, Sam?
I think I hate playing into exclude. Just that extra card because they're going to draw another counter off of it.
So we are now playing by committee here, and the vote is 2-1 to doing nothing. So I do nothing, and I will evolve into an island.
All right. I think you're just trying to shift the blame. Oh,
But
no. This was definitely Brennon and Sam.
Wait a minute, do I need an island here? I only need double island for transmutes, but I might need double green or white for casting 2 combo pieces in 1 turn.
I would probably try for 2 green. Well, then you're going to have to get 2 presents. Nah, probably double white for right now.
Yeah, I go for double white. And I get an Azorius Guildgate.
Well,
So I'm gonna try to get up to 6 mana here. I am at 11 life.
ugh. So you got 4.
I have the combo in hand.
Yep. How many lands does he have?
He has 4. Untapped.
Untapped. Can you play anything now?
I can play a Pilgrim. Or a Midnight Guard. Or Presence of Gaunt on Benevolent Bodyguard.
That seems terrible.
I'm swinging with the Bodyguard. Or do I into Quicksand? I think I do. Because making him lose a land is pretty good.
That's true.
Very good.
But he doesn't care, of course.
I'll take 1.
Oh, he does! He kills it!
What?
Interesting. So he might have bounce then.
We haven't seen any bounce this whole time.
Okay, I still do nothing.
Okay.
Because he has 3 untapped mana.
I don't know a lot about Magic, but doing nothing,
Against the Flip Delver.
I don't think is going to win.
No, I think I have to start doing things right now.
What do you have in hand?
I have 2 Midnight Guards, a Presence of Gaunt, and 2 Pilgrims.
I'd say drop a Sacrificial Pilgrim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have
He
to
plays
start.
another Delver. I find an Azorius Guildgate, but I don't have 2 green manas.
That sucks.
But I'm gonna play a
Play him
Pilgrim.
out. Yeah. Do you have any... I guess there's no enchantments that accelerate mana?
I only have Presence of Gaunt and Circle Blue.
Oh, okay.
He excludes the Pilgrim, of course. But now I have the 6 mana. And his second Delver is trying to flip.
No flippies, no flippies,
Didn't
no
flip.
flip. Oh,
Flip.
good. No flips.
But he still has a 2-turn clock now, so I have to combo off now.
Yeah, you do. Again, this expensive combo. It's
Yeah.
not looking. Not looking
Damn it,
so
I was
good.
21-2 before this match.
It's us.
Talking
Yeah.
to the YouTube viewers now, if you see any mistake I made because I was podcasting, tell me the minute and second of the
And,
video so I know how to find it quickly.
Because
He
when I'm
cast the Seagate Oracle.
a Seagate Oracle, why?
Maybe he
Drawing
doesn't have a
more
counter spell at
counters.
all.
Oh yeah, do it now, Dan. Do it.
Well, I have to go for the combo.
Do it.
And the problem is, even if I get the combo, if his Delver flips, I still lose.
Oh, that sucks.
Because I'm at 4. But here we go.
Try it. Go for it.
Midnight Guard.
Do it.
That's a lot of work to do.
He's gonna do so much.
And he gets counterspell.
Oh.
And that's all she wrote.
You went for a Hail Mary.
Yeah, because his Seagate Oracle actually kills me now, even if I play the Midnight Guard.
Oh, that 1 extra power.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh well. Oh, damn.
Delver is looking to flip.
No flippies, no flippies.
No, he can flip now. Doesn't matter.
Oh.
But he
so you got
doesn't
that
flip.
extra.
Negator's run against me is truly horrible. He has had so much bad luck. So I don't think he ever won against me. But this time he will.
Ugh. But
He is
beats-
repealing the Midnight Guard.
What?
Uh-oh.
So there was bounce.
It was bounce. He had repeal.
It was bounce. But we knew that since he killed the bodyguard.
Tisk.
And I am
Tisk.
now dead. And he says, phew.
Phew.
But Band Presence gets another chance in round 2 of the second season of the Pauper Gauntlet.
All right.
I almost had to quit Magic, he said, if he couldn't beat me once.
Don't, Negator, don't
Don't
quit
quit,
Magic.
Negator.
Don't do it, man.
We need players like you.
Okay, I'm not playing anymore.
Okay.
So
Well-
what are we actually doing here?
What?
Well, we're
Okay,
just talking to you.
I was looking over that deck list, and the question that I have is why isn't there removal somewhere in the 75? I know it's a combo deck, but come on, some Sun Lances or something. Just something out of the board. Come on.
I don't know. That's an interesting question, actually. Do you try to enable the combo as much as you can? Or do you dilute the deck with removal?
When you look at the sideboard, though, and I checked the sideboard out, it's basically like 12 Circle of Protections.
Yeah.
So it's not the strongest sideboard out of the 77 decks.
Circle of Protection is a very dividing card, I think, in Pauper, because some people really think it's super powerful and other people just hate it.
I think red and green are good, but the brewer put in basically all of them except for white. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure on the sideboard on that. But I mean, the deck itself looks fine. But some Journeys or some Sunlances probably would have helped out in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see... I mean, Heliod's Pilgrim is great at getting the Presence of Gond, but even if you put 4 Circle of Protections, that's not going to do you anything.
I felt like he needed a secondary target.
Yeah, there has to be one... Yeah, you need something that can do an aura, like the 3 mana... on a human, it gives you a +2/+2. On anything else, it gives you pacifism.
Hands of Binding?
No, not Hands of...
No,
Crap. I can't think of it.
I know the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name.
yeah, we all know which one it is. That would be pretty decent.
Yeah,
in here.
'cause that's
of the Pilgrim.
Right, that's a Pilgrim can go get it. And if you need it, if nothing else, you can put it on your Midnight Guard and start beating in for 4 damage a turn.
On the other,
Pilgrim is a human as well.
Pilgrim's a human? Yep, there you go.
And Bodyguard.
A lot of those things, though, they do take away from the heart and the soul of the deck. But at the same time, I mean,
Heart and soul.
But
It's all about winning, Sam.
Cutting 4 Ponders and bringing in a couple Sunlances and a couple Journeys to Nowhere really helps out against aggro. But I mean, it's not a bad build. I think the other Gone deck might be a little bit more solid. I can't wait to see that one go down. So
that's a token deck, right?
Yeah, that's the all-in tokens. That's the crazy Selesnya, every token card that's actually decent and worth playing is in it. So that's going to be a blast. You're going to click your little wrist off on that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been having problems with my wrist. They went away when I quit playing poker. I used to play poker quite a lot. I played 18 tables at a time and got these really horrible wrist problems.
Oh, that's terrible. But why are you
but then I started driving a bike a lot.
Yeah.
Playing a turf game. I did a video about that.
Oh, yeah, channel. I saw that with Smell of Vanilla.
Yeah, and turns out that riding bikes hurt your wrist as well. So it's back.
Oh, no.
So now I have a special, gel glove.
What?
And I have, Counter-Strike equipment for the computer. I have, this metal mouse pad and a mouse that really slides extremely easily. I can, push it across the table easily. And I have the mouse sensitivity set to maximum.
Wow.
And that helped. I tried a lot of things. I also have a very tiny keyboard. So you don't have to move the wrists when you type.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, that was a tangent.
This is some behind the curtain stuff, people. This is how the magic gets made.
Yeah, this is us. This is us being normal. This is all the crap we talk about.
So, are there any other decks in the Gauntlet you want to talk about that you are excited for?
Excluding anything that I personally put in.
You don't have to exclude those.
I like to talk about other people's stuff. Of course, I love Love Train. I mean, what red-blooded American person wouldn't love Love Train? I think.
What is Love Train? Where does the name come from?
It's the best deck ever.
It's the train.
But I mean the name. Is it a children's show or something?
Yes, it is. Actually, no. Isn't it from
a song.
that song from the 70s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Train.
I think I played that in one or two videos.
Yeah, it's kind of a R&B kind of song. Oh, Bonds of Faith is that card we were talking about like an hour ago.
Bonds of Faith.
There it is. So you get that. It's an aura. Help you out. Anyway, besides that, anyway, what were you saying?
I think my dark horse candidate to win is Familiars.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't pick Familiars, but because I hate it, but it just has everything that it has non-interactiveness. It has once you go off, there's very little they can do to stop you. And I think it's my dark horse candidate to win the whole thing. I think the deck that's most likely to lose horribly, just completely, is the red aggro deck that I submitted, Glass Cannon Red. That thing,
I love that.
Oh my god.
It's probably the most aggressive deck in the Gauntlet.
I watched in the tournament practice room, I watched Sammy, and he submitted a few decks.
Yeah.
Play one land Spy like 4 matches in a row. That deck is ridiculous. Ridiculous. So
yeah,
that's
when it goes off, it's crazy.
I watched White Hot Hottie earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's an improvement over an Icy Hot Hottie.
I don't think you're alone in feeling that.
No.
I don't understand the changes.
I like
to it.
Yeah, Icy was better.
I just feel like Icy is more solid, even with the fact that it's such a crazy deck.
White Hot Hottie was also the only other deck that lost. Trinket and White Hot Hottie lost in the first round here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Bant since then.
And I mean, I don't.
And Bant.
The thing about it is like I didn't really feel like the White Hot Hottie was really in the game for like the second game at the very least. So at least like Trinket lost to that one misplay, and then Bant lost because it was facing a tier 1 deck.
Which was a very bad matchup as well.
Yeah. So, but I'm looking forward to Rugtron because I'm a big Tron fan.
Rugtron has played, for the first round.
Oh, has it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I just haven't watched it yet.
All the pre-enter decks, all the decks that I put in and that were top 10 in the last one, that they have all played.
Yep.
And they all crushed.
I'm looking forward to Cogs.
Yep, me too. I submitted Cogs and I love it. Did you know that Cogs is actually a modern Pauper deck?
Ooh, really?
Modern legal. Yep.
Wow.
And it's awesome.
I have to say something about One Land Spy.
What's that?
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, in which order do I play all these, the rest, the 54 decks that were not pre-entered? And I thought, okay, I'll go alphabetical. And then I looked, okay, One Land Spy is the first deck.
Right.
I'm not playing that first. I have to study for an hour before I understand what it does. And I think that deck and Familiars, their biggest problem is me. I could be the doom of those decks. But that's also part of the Gauntlet. I think Familiars might be the strongest Pauper deck in the right hands. And it definitely has an edge in the Gauntlet, as people will just quit when I start going off, even if I can't really win. But I could very well misplay Familiars. There's a lot of interactions.
Yeah, quite a few.
So the decks that I am familiar with and that fit my style, of course, have an edge.
That is why I picked Delver Fiend.
I don't know if I am an optimal Delver Fiend player, but it's, of course, an easier combo deck.
Yeah, to me, it seems more like a Dan deck.
Yeah, I don't even know at this point what kind of player I am. But I do prefer the mid-range decks, I think.
Yeah.
Like Trinket and Boris Kitty.
Yep.
The thing from the videos I've watched of yours, Dan, which are most of them, I think you're kind of the rare Magic player where you can shift from deck to deck type pretty easily, just from your experience. So
actually, that's sort of the premise for the Gauntlet, because if there was a type of deck that I couldn't play at all, then the Gauntlet would be.
And I mean, personally, I lean towards control. I like mid-range. I'm horrible at playing aggro. And when I watch you, I go, he can play big green. He can play Trinket like nobody else really can play Trinket that I've ever seen. And then you can still go ahead and play mono blue control pretty much perfectly. So, I mean, those are just some examples, but just like that flexibility, it's awesome. So that's what makes the Gauntlet so enjoyable to watch, because you're a good player, and it's fun to watch all these decks just butt heads for however long it takes. So
I think Power T plays Trinket a lot better than I do, and there is a couple of videos with a guy called Lagras who plays Trinket on the channel from last year. He's also a disciple of Power T. And I think he also played it better than I did.
See, I've never seen Power T play.
No, I tried to make him do videos, but he is a lazy guy. He was okay. Technology, that sucks.
But my little story about the first Pauper Gauntlet is that you started it like the day before my son was born, and literally the Gauntlet was the only thing that kept me sane while I was staying up all night, letting my wife sleep, watching the baby. So I've been looking so forward to this one because he's a year old. He's sleeping through the night, basically. So, that helped me stay alive last year. So this year I was like, I want to be out there. I want to be putting decks in and all of that good stuff. So I'm glad you did a second one. It's really awesome. So
I want to thank you both for all your help. You've both been awesome.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
I did at the time when I decided to do the second season. There was a lot of doubt about the future Pauper, but now the dailies are back and Pauper seems to be experiencing a resurgence.
Yeah, I'm glad for that. It's such a cool format. It would be such a terrible injustice if it died out just because you couldn't grind it as much. I mean, I know that's kind of the thing about MTGO is the grinders seem to keep a lot of formats. Well, they keep a lot of formats stagnant, but it seems like there's just enough things going on right now that people are interested in Pauper because there are the dailies or the weeklies, as they're, I don't know what you want to call them because they're not actually daily, but weekendlies, yes. And but it seems like just the right amount of attention is being put towards Pauper, because I do feel that things can stagnate when you have grinders, because that's what I mean. I don't blame them. I mean, that's what they're choosing to do with their life, but they have to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. But unlike now, where we have all these brewers, there's, like I said, enough interesting Pauper to get people thinking about it, but not so much as just absolutely dominated by the same grinders, day in and day out.
Yeah, the days of Temporal Fissure were quite horrible.
Oh my God.
I mean, and Dan had wrote into the Green One article that Dalexikov designed that deck so he could play two-mans and stuff and still have time in between rounds to do chores around the house because it's so quick. So, yes. I mean, that's the quintessential grinder mentality.
Actually, he designs every deck he plays with that in mind.
I know. Which makes him a great deck designer. I mean, when you look at what he does and you capture the essence of his decks, they're all they're very perfect in what they do. So, no, he's awesome. He's a great designer.
He has bad days too, like the Kobold deck. Search the channel for Pauper Kobolds. Mm-hmm. You'll see horrible deck he brewed.
Excellent.
But I think that the thing he does when he sits down to do a deck, that's I have to win in 5 minutes and I have to beat Delver. And then it creates a deck that does that.
Right.
See, right now, the question, though, if I were to sit down and go from scratch and look at the format, my thing would be like, I have to be able to grind out a win against mono black control.
Yes.
Because, honestly, there's less answers in the format to mono black control than there is to Delver, than there is to Affinity. Gary scares the hell out of me. And that's, to me, like the deck that shouldn't really be in like third on MTG Goldfish. I don't understand why it kind of sits there in that third spot over and over again.
Which sits in the third spot?
Well,
Mono-black.
Mono-black control often does.
It's right now. It's very much number one with 14%. Yeah.
Okay. See, I haven't.
Delver only has 9.
Out in a couple days.
Yeah.
Wow. What is Goldfish pulling off of now?
They're pulling off the 8-mans and the published 8-mans and the dailies.
Okay.
And I think the statistic is weird because of the 8-mans. Because I think Mono Black Control is a better deck for the 8-mans than it is for the dailies.
Yeah.
Delver's probably a better deck for the dailies.
Yeah, I think what happened to Mono Black Control is pretty much that Gary became like Fling for Affinity. So you suddenly had wins that you had no right winning.
Yeah. You have the oops, I win factor with it. And that's something that you didn't have pre-Gary because Corrupt serves that similar purpose, but it's not as strong.
It's so slow.
Yeah, it's slow. It doesn't leave the body behind. It just doesn't work as well. But yeah, no, like, to me, that's the scariest deck in the format right now. Delver, of course, is pretty hardcore, but, I mean, it plays so many creatures. There's so much good creature removal. I'm shocked to see Delver Fiend in the third slot.
Midnight Presence in the 10th place.
Right. I was just looking at that. I have it up on the screen now.
What the hell?
Midnight Presence. 4 decks.
Over Goblins.
Wow.
Here, let's take a look at them and see how they're winning. 3-1. Well,
that's the tokens version, right? A lot of tokens and the combo.
Yeah. Let's see what this one does. Yeah, Sprout, Swarm, Scatter.
Yeah, that's the tokens version.
Yep.
Which to me, I think, is actually kind of the stronger version.
I like it.
And it's got the backup plan.
Yeah, it gives you, exactly. You could probably throw in a triplicate spirits in here, too. Wouldn't hurt it. Because if you're already getting all these, you're going to have plenty to tap to get your triplicate out.
Shouldn't you play Battle Screech over Triplicate Spirits?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Every day?
Screech, yeah. I'm still thinking Standard Pauper, but yeah.
Yeah, you can Battle Screech
Battle
by
Screech.
far.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Maybe even over Scatter. I'm not sure. I like the flying.
Yeah.
That's something to think about. But then again, flying could also be a liability because a lot of green decks are packing the archers sideboard.
But I don't know. You have so many other ways to get in with this though that those archers, sure, tap down, kill my things, then I'll make 1,000,000 tokens and swarm over you. I don't know.
I think they go for the long game often.
Yeah.
And Battle Screech is barely playable in Classic Pauper. There are 5 mono-white decks that played it to result in an event.
Yeah.
So I think Triplicate Spirits is way too weak for Classic Pauper.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Almost all cards are that are new.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, they're not going to make... What did they make? They made Ethereal Armor in Ravnica that sees play in Classic. Electrickery.
Nivix Cyclops.
Oh, yep, Nivix. It's a good one.
The red guy, Foundry Street Denizen.
Oh, added to Goblins. Yeah. Which was basically a replacement for the
the red Kirin, the human that gets trample, does the same thing as Foundry.
Yeah, I think it replaced a lot of like weak cards that you've been playing goblins for the last 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For people playing matrons and stuff.
Because it does have upside if you play first turn that into Mog War Marshal.
It's actually one of the better goblins in the goblins deck, I think.
Yeah, so I mean, you have upside playing the Denizen over some just random goblin for the sake of playing a goblin.
I think when you play goblins, you have to play 8 2/2s, 8 or at least 6 of the sacrifice guys, and 4 Fantasy Denizens, and 4 Bushwalkers, and then and 4 I forget his name, the guy that creates another goblin for 2 mana.
Yeah, the Mog Marshal.
Yeah.
So that's.
But I mean,
pretty much set.
I'm looking at Goldfish right now, and Goblins isn't even in. No, it's the last deck
13.
listed.
Yep.
4.
The last 4 showings I see is a 3/1, 3/0, 3/1, 3/1.
And that's just because right now the format. I mean, Mono Black does really good against this deck.
Immolation? Why is that here?
Oh, remember when you're looking at, is this the main, no, this is a deck listing? When you just click into the format, it tells you percentages of what decks might play these cards.
Right, but I'm actually I'm on Malicious Neon. Has 4
Why would you play that over a shock?
I don't know.
That is a strange card to have in this.
That is weird.
It kills virtually everything you're playing.
He also plays 2 Aki Blizzard Herders. It's put into each player sacrifices a land. Wow. Oh, Jackal Familiar? This is going more towards Fly.
Back to the Gauntlet.
Okay, yeah.
I like to point out a couple of really good deck names.
Okay.
I want to mention, like Bugs and Pigs.
Bugs and Pigs.
Devil Children.
Yes, the Devil
Hobo Omelette. They're all JPH nicknames, aren't they?
Hobo Omelette. There it is.
No, Bugs and Pigs was Galactic Presidents.
Yeah, that's true.
Bugs and Pigs. That's funny.
And Squawks to Plowshares.
Oh, yeah. That made it in after all the debate.
Yes. No, that's not the Core-Blade deck.
Oh.
It's a mono-white control deck. It looks much better than Core-Blade.
Squawks to Plowshares.
We did have a Core-Blade deck in the Gauntlet, but there was a lot of discussion. I think Core-Blade has been tested so many times in Pauper, and it just isn't what it was in Standard.
Didn't you, a month ago, do a couple of videos testing Squawks to Plowshares?
Yes.
Okay, and I think you got mixed results.
Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah, so it ought to be interesting.
2, maybe?
I mean, I think the theory behind the deck is really, really strong. So, it'll be fun to watch. Yeah, Watch Rights? No, that's the classic Watch Rights.
Yes.
That deck is going to be fun to watch you play.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared about that.
It's fun. I have built it. I have played 20 games with it. It is a blast to play. So,
which one was that again?
Watch Rights.
Oh yeah.
And the Rights of Blood? No.
Yeah. Pulling it up now. Rite of Initiation.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
A ton of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that deck is an incredibly fun deck to play. So, I mean, you literally, you can roll people over in almost no time with it. So, and it's got that build has a decent amount of redundancy with the Wardens. No, I like it. I mean, it's a good build. So,
that's pretty crazy.
It is insane. The cycle out of the board. Wow.
Mylia's, yeah. Dun 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 dun. For the red decks.
Yeah.
Gain you some life.
gain you a little light against burn. That's all you need to do.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, it has been fun, but I got to get up so early in the morning. I know, Dan.
Right.
Dan already got up early this morning.
Yes, very early. You probably already said this, but I'll be back every week and talk about the Gauntlet.
Yep, Dan's going to be joining us.
Yep.
Yay. We have
For the few years it will take to finish it.
We have some legitimacy to our little cast here.
Every week we will mourn the fallen soldiers. So it will be amazing.
We probably won't lose a deck before in 3 or 4 episodes. I think the first rounds will take about 2 weeks each.
Yeah, that makes sense though. You had to plow through a lot of decks.
You know what I actually regret already?
Huh?
Not playing 100 decks. I think I should have let 23 more decks in.
Just let all the jank in that we threw out to the side.
Yes, because the Gauntlet is self-correcting, so the really bad decks, they will die.
That's true.
In round 3 or 4.
The thing about it is, on the other hand, though, I think you would have ended up needing 15 to 20 more decks to get to the 100 count. Like, even with what you left out, I think you would have ended up with like 85, right around that. So
There were a lot of similar submissions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of people changing like 4 cards. Oh, it's a new deck. No, it's not.
That's kind of the legacy thing, though. The eternal format thing is that people want to tweak an existing deck and then call it their own, even though it might be better, it might be worse, but it's still basically the same thing. But I think if you had tried to actually shoot for 100, it would have been scraping the absolute bottom of the barrel, and I don't think that would have been as entertaining.
Hey,
I would have had a ton of mono white decks and a ton of the new control decks.
Yeah,
did you not see the decks I played in my gauntlet?
Hey, Rakdos Regenerators. That deck
I don't even understand. I don't get it. Nowhere. The fact that my mono green deck made it to the final 4 That's crazy.
will go down in infamy as being one of the worst things that has ever happened in Magic. So looking forward to watching more of the videos. Like, I didn't even turn the TV on tonight. I've just been watching videos on my phone. So it's awesome. Really, really cool. So,
well, Dan, thanks for doing this again. We'll be glad to. Yeah, we're glad to have you on. Glad to talk to you. It's awesome. Dan's a good guy,
podcasting.
Yeah, we haven't been on our previous Pauper to the People. No more.
No.
Feel so sad.
Yeah.
I promised myself I wouldn't cry.
All right, guys.
All right. We'll see
you in a week.
Yep. Let's see. Do the sign out. We have it here. Go to MagicGatheringStrat.com, YouTube, MagicGatheringStrat, and on Twitter, MagicGathStrat. Join us. Go to the videos. You already had a video, or you're listening to it on iTunes when it finally gets approved. So, please like and subscribe. And I'm Brennan.
I'm Sam.
I'm Dan.
Woo.
That's right. And we are out. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.